Welcome to our first ever Cover 4 Fantasy Show. My name is Keanu,
I'm Zach.
My name's Nick.
and we're here to bring you fantasy football updates and the resources you need to win your league this year.
However, since it's not fantasy football season, we'll be talking about anything football related, signings, trades, anything big related to the NFL, and bringing you the best information possible.
Episode 1, we're just going to break down every play from the Super Bowl, every drive, and what we noticed, and, what can help in the fantasy football season next year. So, we'll get into it.
First drive, Patriots came out strong, 4 straight run plays, got them down the field, and Tom Brady drops back, interception. Very rare of him, being the so-called GOAT. And the Rams got off to a hard start on defense, getting that interception.
Yeah, the run was working. We all knew it was a defensive game, but the run was working those first couple plays, and then, we saw that first throw get intercepted, and I thought Sony Michel should have kept running.
All right, so I'm just going to get out of the way here. I'm a fan of the best team in the NFL right now, so we're just literally a dynasty, and we can't be stopped. But personally, when I saw Tom Brady throw the first pass of the game, and it was literally a duck to Nickel Roby Coleman, I was just scared of what was going to happen. And it looked bleak until the Patriots defense stopped on the field and literally clamped up Jared Goff and the Rams.
Yeah, to be honest, I was pretty surprised at that Patriots defense. They do have an all-pro corner in Stephon Gilmore, and he really locked up Brandon Cooks and pretty much took him out of the game, essentially, for the whole time, and did a really good job covering him, especially that late-game interception. That could have been a touchdown if it was well thrown, but Gilmore read it perfectly. Interception, just big defense all around.
I just don't like Brandon Cooks' effort. Like, he literally doesn't try for, deep balls.
That throw could have been better, though.
Yeah, but he didn't even go up for it. That's the thing.
So
I don't think Brandon Cooks is a good deep ball receiver. He has the
strength.
That's what he is.
No, he has
He's
the
fast.
Alright, listen. He has the speed to get past the secondary. I just don't think he can go up one-on-one with a jump ball with literally any safety in the league or any corner.
Yeah, he's not Julio Jones, who's 6'3".
I don't expect him to be Julio Jones. I expect him to give him effort.
What do you
He's
want
in
him
the
to
biggest stage of them all, and he literally did
Goff
go
blew
up
off
for it.
his back foot right into Gilmore's hand.
Okay, Gilmore had to backpedal and jump up and catch it. But Brandon Cooks literally could have
running in
played.
circles.
He could have played defense on that
He
ball.
was running in
He could
circles.
have played defense.
Brandon Cooks didn't even know the ball was thrown.
It was a streak.
He didn't see the ball.
Bro.
And
That's a
he
problem.
looked up and it was way behind.
That's literally a problem.
That is a
problem.
That's a problem in itself. Giving me
It'll
the
show-
fact that he's not a deep
It'll
ball
show on the
receiver.
screen him running in a circle, so I can prove you wrong when you watch this video.
Alright, please pull up the graphic right here, please. Thank you. Yeah, you can see
Right
right
there.
here.
Right
you
there.
can see right
Brandon
here.
Cooks
You can
is
see
turning
Brandon
in a
Cooks.
circle.
You see Brandon Cooks turn around and just completely deny the fact that he's in the
chance
Super
getting that
Bowl.
ball.
He literally saw the ball up and he was like, yeah, no thanks.
Gilmore
I'll pass.
late.
He was like, yeah, I used to play for the Patriots. They can go win. I don't want this.
Oh, man.
I would expect you to give Gilmore some more credit on the
Alright, don't get me wrong. I've said this from the beginning that the Patriots are a top 5 defense in the league. No one believed me with that.
I still don't believe it.
According to Pro Football Focus, they had the 4th highest grade for a defense, behind the Rams, Bears, and Ravens.
Yeah, it's not the Patriots offensive line though.
They held up against probably the best
The best
defensive
line
line
in football.
Tom Brady
They have the best defensive player in the league.
I've been
I don't
saying-
care what anybody tells me. Aaron Donald is the most gifted player on the field
without
at all
question.
times.
Best defensive player in the league. I mean, he's won Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row for a reason.
He's just so good.
And he really
And it's
knows.
crazy because he's so undersized.
Yeah.
And he just still
He's
gets
not
back
tall
there.
at all.
He just has all the technique in the world, and he's quick.
He's so fast.
But the whole game, you really only saw him there like
He
one
really-
time where he grabbed Brady, threw him to the floor. But besides that,
He really trains with knives.
yeah, that's.
How are you gonna mess with a man who
Yeah.
trains with knives?
You can't.
And they still kept him like.
Yeah, but
Did you see his pre
It wasn't even so much about like stopping him. They just wanted to have damage control with Aaron Donald.
yeah.
Weren't they double teaming him?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Sue didn't do anything. I mean,
Stu is still, I say, a top 5 defensive tackle in the league.
He's getting up.
he's
there.
getting in the age. The age factor is getting to him, but
That honestly, like, I'm not a big person about the age thing.
just look at Cam Wake.
Cam Wake literally is back there
It's
every
a
time.
dog.
Yeah, another thing that I noticed was
Oh, another thing about age, the GOAT, bro. He's literally 40, he has 6 rings. Like, come on, bro. He wakes up in the morning and he goes back.
He did terrible.
Are you really going to bring this up when in the postseason he threw 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions?
That's really not a problem because what do you have to do? All you have to do is beat your
Yeah,
opponent.
remind me of the 2015 Broncos where Peyton Manning got carried the whole entire season and in the
Hey, but listen,
postseason.
Hey, but guess what? He literally grabs that ring and just puts it on his
Yeah.
face.
Hey, that's my goat.
All
2
you have to
touchdowns
do-
in the postseason. That's my goat.
All you have to do is get by. All you have to do is get by.
He did enough.
You
He
have,
put his team in the position to win, and that's all you have to
I
do.
will
is win.
say, the drive that scored the touchdown when Brady needed to be great.
He hit Gronk.
What does he do? Wrong.
He hit Gronk.
Did you know that Brady has had a game-winning drive every time he's been in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, of course he is.
All 6
Of
Super
course he
Bowls.
is.
he's
That's just
been
the
in
ice in his
game-winning
vein. It's just the clutch.
drive. All the ones that they've won, he's had a game-winning drive at the end.
All 6.
All 6 of them. Because all of them have been decided by 8 or fewer points. And he's been in the end with the game-winning drive.
Can we talk about
That's
Gronk?
crazy.
Yep.
Gronk. All the whole entire season, people were like, oh, you know, Gronk isn't this great tight end anymore.
Gronk needs to retire.
Ertz and Kelsey are in the spotlight.
Down year.
I don't care if he has a down year.
And
I'm
what?
not saying he's bad or anything.
But what
He's
happened
still
in
one
the
of the
playoffs?
most, yeah.
What happened?
Fantasy-wise, he did have a down year, but he was there when they needed him.
When Gronk needed to make a play,
Came
of
up.
course, comes up big with the play. Gets him in range. Sony Michel scores the only touchdown in the red zone that game.
Gronk
The
actually,
Patriots' defense.
his first reception from Brady in the first quarter made him the all-time leading receiver for a tight end in Super Bowl history.
I just think it's crazy that the Rams are probably a top 3 offense in the league. You would say that with the Chiefs and Saints.
For sure.
That's fair. Everybody was expecting a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl. That didn't happen because you know Patriots are the best team in the NFL.
That would have been exciting.
Yeah, well, too bad
100
defense
points.
wins. Defense wins championships. That's literally all you need to win a championship. Again, bringing it back to Von Miller's 2015 Broncos.
2 fumbles.
Yeah, the thing is, the Patriots defense, I don't know how, they don't have any super, like,
They
insane
don't-
players
they
like
That's
that.
the system.
It's literally the system. You have to do your job at the end of the day.
Buy in, do your job, that's all it is. It's really all it is.
Bringing it back to the fact that defense wins championships, they held the top 3 offense in the league to not having a single red zone snap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Rams average, over 30 points a game throughout the regular season.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't get,
And
they had no
they
way.
held them to 3 points.
They had
They-
7 straight punts to start the year.
Like, the Rams offense, they literally they couldn't do anything.
They are number 1 in the league in not being 3 and outed, and they had 5 3 and outs in the Super Bowl.
On their 12 drives.
No one could expect that. No one came into
Yeah.
the game saying, yeah, that's going to happen.
They had 12 drives, and 9 of them, 75% of the drives were literally,
Quick maths.
Not even 25 yards.
yeah, they were not over 25 yards.
You know, I'm kind of disappointed that, like, we didn't see more production out of Gurley. You know, he kind of was the best running back in the league.
Definitely top 2.
And,
I
you know,
can do that.
people can say all this stuff, oh, Gurley was not that good in the playoffs and all this stuff. He still averaged 5.3 yards a carry.
Still top early.
He did average 5.3 yards a carry, but at the end of the day, you got to put in who your producer is. So
This brings up the question, can the Rams trust Todd Gurley? I mean,
Something's got to
if he's gonna be your workhorse all season long and then you don't use him in the biggest game of the
I
year,
think he might be injured.
I don't think it's as much with trust as you have to put in your hot hand.
5.3 yards a carry.
Compared to C.J. Anderson's 6 yards a carry.
Just imagine losing with Todd Gurley on your bench, though. That's tough.
He led the league in rushing touchdowns.
I understand you have to
And-
live and die with your best
And
player.
let's go back 2 games before that against the Cowboys. Todd Gurley had a good game.
C.J. Anderson had a better game.
They combined for over 200 yards, but still, I think you just gotta use your guy. Bro, 7 weeks ago, C.J. Anderson was sitting at home watching the Rams. And Todd Gurley, he was watching Todd Gurley produce and score
And he
literally every week.
And he said, I'm going to take your job. And that's exactly what he did. He looked at the best running back in the league. He was like, Todd Gurley, that's my job right there, baby.
Oh, man.
I just wish I could have seen more production out of Gurley, you know.
I had a feeling this was going to happen. Like, everybody expected a shootout. But I thought, like, everybody was believing in the young buck in McVay and Goff. And he really just got outcoached.
Yeah, he even admitted it after the game. He said, I just got straight up out coached, so there's nothing you can do about that. That's like the guy that's going to run this league for the next 15, 20 so on years, coaching-wise. And Belichick even said that to him, but Belichick just comes out on top.
It's just when the GOAT decides to call it his career, that's when he's gonna step up and be like, yep, it's my time to shine.
You gotta also think though, being that young guy, you wouldn't really expect him to come out and just take accountability for his actions like that, and that's a good quality you want to see in a young coach that's up and coming. And the future's still bright for the Rams.
As one of the best coaches in the league, you have to do that for both your players and your organization.
The Rams will be back in the Super Bowl.
The Rams should have been there in the first place, literally.
That's
went
another
down-
topic, but we can go into it.
Okay. So it went down to the last minute, and Drew Brees threw a dot to Tommy Lee Lewis, and he got absolutely bullied. And it was a no call.
The Saints should have been there, and they probably would have put up a better fight. But
At the end of the day, if you're going to the Super Bowl, you have to finish that drive. You can't blame it all on the refs. You have to be better than that and punch it in the end zone.
But that's gotta be. It's literally gotta be something.
It was a clear cut foul.
I don't even know. It could have been anything. It could have been targeting, PI.
I think if you grab a 5-year-old from the
Bullying.
street, he would have thrown his flag
Yeah,
and be like,
anyone-
"Yep, that's it."
Literally everybody watching that game at the time knew that was something, except
you gotta
the
feel
refs.
bad for Saints fans.
You
That's
have to.
2 years
Two
in a row.
brutal losses. Hey, shout out to Jeffrey. But yeah, two brutal losses.
Yeah, you have
Back
a
to back
Minnesota miracle.
Yeah,
How does that happen 2 years in a row? Such
you just gotta feel bad for him. There's just nothing to say. Just gotta
crazy
feel bad.
plays.
And it's crazy because New Orleans is a lucky city. So much for that.
But anyways, back to that. Talking about all this Patriots defense locking up the Rams, they still did have opportunities to score,
They did.
as you can see here. Brandon Cooks,
Okay.
wide open in the end zone. Jason McCourty runs crossfield. Fantastic play, breaks up the touchdown.
This goes back to the fact that their defense was there every single play of the game.
Yeah, anything downfield.
Goff has to be able to see him earlier than that. He was open the whole
He has
way.
to throw that.
That just comes with experience. He wasn't
He just
big
wasn't
enough
ready.
to be under the lights. And it happens. It got to the best of him.
It also comes down to all the pressure that he was getting. The Patriots did blitz a lot, and he just couldn't handle all that. And even then, Brandon Cooks still couldn't caught the ball, but McCourty was there to make a fantastic play.
You said they're blitzing a lot, and Belichick credited Brian Flores for that. So I'd say that the Dolphins are in pretty good hands with their young defense coming up. Yep. So I think they should be excited.
The future looks bright for them. They got a lot of young talent. Hopefully when Tom Brady decides to retire, the Dolphins can reign and take over the AFC East.
Yeah, and lose to Josh Allen and the Bills.
Okay.
Hopefully Shady shows up this year. And at Le'Veon Bell, when you go to the Jets, it's going to be over. So Jared Goff this year, against man coverage, he was able to pick them apart the whole year. His QBR rating was in the 115 area, and he threw one pick all year. Compared when it got switched to zone coverage, his QBR dropped 50 points into the 60s area, and he threw 13 picks. I think Bill Belichick was able to see this, and he was able to disguise his defense. Some plays they would go show a man coverage, and they would be able to switch into a zone just to confuse Goff. And I think the game changer for the Patriots was their ability to get to Jared Goff with 4 to 5 defenders every single time.
And you didn't really see the Rams D-line doing that, which they're known for getting to the quarterback. And the roles were flipped. The Patriots were getting there pretty much every play, making Jared Goff have to make quick reads. And in the Super Bowl, he's already panicked. First Super Bowl ever. He's not really that experienced there yet. And you could kind of tell that pressure was really getting to him.
The NFL Instagram account posted a picture on who they predicted, who does the crowd predict who was going to be the Super Bowl MVP. And it had the main guys, Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, Tom Brady. And I went out on a limb. I went for a stretch pick, and I picked Trey Flowers. I just think he's such an underrated defensive end, and he's able to get to the backfield so many times and just provide pressure. And then if anything, he can just get and then his D tackle or Dante Hightower off the edge, or he can bring Kyle Van Noy in as a secret blitz. And it's just so many different options that it's hard for quarterbacks to read that.
They played really solid fundamental football. It's the Patriot way.
That's all you have to do, baby.
It also goes down to how versatile their defensive players can be. You know, some plays you had Van Noyen coverage, Hightower blitzing. You had both them in coverage, mixing up the looks, and
It's
Jared
just-
Goff just looked kind of confused out there.
He's not an experienced quarterback, and I'm not saying he never will be, but over time, hopefully, he's able to adjust and be able to get better from those situations.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I think the Rams' special teams was the brightest part of their whole Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
I have to agree with you on that one. Johnny Hecker.
We had,
And
we had,
Legatron,
we had Zerlin, the best fantasy kicker out there, drilled from 57.
you mean like the guy that was out for like 6 weeks this year? That guy?
The guy that in
That guy.
2019 will be the #1 fantasy kicker. You heard that first.
Wow.
Okay. And then
Jason Myers was definitely up there this year because the Jets' offense is terrible, but anyway.
The Rams were pinned inside their 5, another 3 and out, and Hecker, with a lucky bounce, longest punt ever in Super Bowl history for 65-yard punt. I think that's the most exciting play they had, to be honest with you. That's kind of
That's
disappointing.
crazy that we have to bring up all the time.
Pretty
What's the
disappointing.
most exciting play?
There was the commentators, they were talking about it, and they said if the Super Bowl came down to it and the Rams end up winning like
He's Super Bowl
6-3.
MVP.
Yeah, they wanted
That's
Johnny Hecker as a
insanity.
Super
I
Bowl
mean,
MVP.
He's got to be a candidate. His punts were on the money all night.
65 yards. Do you know what that is, bro? Like you can literally flip fields like that.
That's insane. Straight to several live punter like that, you know.
I just think he's so interesting to watch. He like even on a snap, he'll like flip the ball,
He's got
like
his
hold it
techniques.
sideways. It's
He's
just
got
so
like 6 different punts. it
it's
looks
just
like.
so much fun to watch. And it's crazy because we're watching a punter.
Yeah. Can we? Enough about defense and special teams. Let's move into
There
the.
wasn't much offense, so that's what we got.
What offense do you want to talk about?
Yeah, the Super Bowl MVP, Julian
There
Edelman,
you
10 catches for 141 yards,
Mhm.
basically unguardable. It pretty much felt like he was open every single play.
Every single play.
There was times where they would put him on a double team and he would still beat the coverage and be wide open. And I just think that's so fun to watch, especially with when they had Danny Amendola alongside with him and it was a bunch of people that can do that. It was unstoppable and that's what led to them beating the Falcons.
Julian, this also comes down to experience with Edelman. You know, he's been in the Super Bowl multiple times. He's second all time in postseason yards, only behind the GOAT, Jerry Rice himself.
Whoa. Wide receiver GOAT. Let's
wide receiver,
clarify that.
correct.
Because the
No.
GOAT is right here. Thank you very much. Can we get a GOAT picture of Tom Brady, please? Like, can we get a... Oh, alright, thank you. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, but with all Edelman has done in the postseason, should he be a part of the Hall of Fame wearing that gold jacket?
That's just
It's-
such a tough topic
His
to talk
splits
about.
are like noticeable. Like his regular seasons, just take any regular wide receiver.
He had 3 games. He had 388 yards on 26 receptions. No touchdowns, but that's fine. He averaged 15 yards a catch and averaged 130 yards a game.
Wow. That's a big time.
That's just called being clutch, you know.
He's really the guy.
He's the guy. So, should he be wearing that gold jacket in the Hall of Fame?
You gotta look at those regular seasons and postseason splits. It's very drastic. He's a really good postseason player, but the regular season he doesn't have any flashy awards.
That's true. He was top 30 in all categories in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. And like 27, 28, 29. He wasn't
Yeah.
high, top 30.
But he has consistently proven that when he needs to be clutch and when Brady needs to make a play, Edelman's been the guy. He just won Super Bowl MVP. I mean, that's pretty rewarding right there, Super Bowl MVP. And I don't know. Personally, I don't think so, but there should be a discussion about it.
I think you gotta finish up his career to really wrap it up as a whole. But right now, I don't think so either.
In my eyes, I see him going into the Hall of Fame right now. Definitely not a first ballot. I would say like it would take him 3 times, maybe 4, depending on where that class is.
Yeah.
Depends on who retires and who's eligible. But
I think
I see him just because he came down and he dominates every time he needs to.
it'll take a couple ballots, I think, if you were to get him.
I don't think it can happen. But it is
Also, I think the Rams offense were missing their Julian Edelman. He was down early this year in Cooper Cup.
Cooper Cup. Kind of forgotten, people don't really remember that.
Everybody
He was arguably the #1 receiver out there for
fantasy for a while.
for
For like 3 weeks, he would blow up.
He's on my squad.
I don't
Very
know.
good player.
How big of an impact do you think he could have made though?
I said it during the game. If they had Cooper Cup, I don't think it would have been like a very different game, but it would have made an impact. I think.
Because usually teams have like 3 receivers, and it's a depth chart. It's 1, 2, 3. But like for the Rams, it was 1A, 1B, 1C. and
all three of them all have.
And Gurley right back out of the backfield. It's a very dangerous offense. But with Cooper Cup out, Josh Reynolds is a great receiver. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not Cooper Cup. Yeah, I wouldn't go great personally.
Yeah, he's
high.
He's number 4. He's
Number 4.
he'd be like an,
Oh, on that
On
team.
the Rams,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
6 punts, 2 first downs, 57 total yards a half. It's just not going to get it done.
it's really not.
But how much do you think those numbers would have changed with Cooper Cup?
That Patriots defense was insane. It wouldn't have
I just think that
big a difference.
yeah, there was too much preparation, and the Patriots defense were just ready to face that high-powered offense.
Honestly, I don't think. I think it would have made a huge difference, especially in the second half when Chung went down with his arm injury.
Yeah, they didn't capitalize on that, to be honest with you.
They had to move.
Sure.
Sir, he's a great safety, and he just makes ball hawk plays after ball hawk plays, and
Yeah, I don't think the Rams took enough advantage of that, like Nick just said.
When it happened.
They should have been targeting whoever came in after him.
I think they were just missing their guy. In Todd Gurley also. They needed Todd Gurley more involved in the passing game. CJ Anderson is a bowling ball, and he's not going to get the job done with that.
That's why he's fat.
All right, he's not fat.
Nice.
He's pretty big.
Pretty hefty.
But that's what's good about him. He's 5'8". He's so hard to bring down. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for our Super Bowl recap. And for the course of the next 8 weeks, we will be talking about team needs.
And since the New England Patriots did win the Super Bowl, your boy Keanu over there will be taking that team to the Eagles.
Let's go, baby.
So each week we will be discussing a different division, and for each division we discuss, each of us will choose a random team out of a cup to discuss from that division. And this week Nick gets picked first.
We're still here, baby. We're still here.
This one feels good.
Yeah, it feels like the Bills, doesn't it? I'm so happy you feel like the Bills. Oh my God, this is the Bills.
All right.
I know this is the Bills. Get ready for it. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I told you it feels good. Let's go. Fins up, baby.
Pick the Bills.
Let's go.
I got the Bills. I get to talk about shady
You got the Jets.
awful production.
So next week I'll be discussing the Jets and what they need.
I'll be talking about the Patriots and the Bills.
Fins up, baby.